Yo, what's good, guys? So, the theme last month was being definite with your vision, being definite with your goals. So, I was struggling with really figuring out if I wanted to build me a cabin on some land first, or if I wanted to be a nomad and I wanted to get me a truck and a camper and just travel and work and do my purpose. So, for 2 weeks last month, I was looking for a truck. I was neglecting my trade and I was neglecting my content creation duties for those 2 weeks, trying to find the truck I wanted. And seemingly when I let go, because I had become so enamored with it, it was like it had become an addiction. That's all I was doing for days on end. And I realized that, and I just stopped. I just cut myself off from looking at trucks, and I would look at it less often. So after maybe a couple days, I went on there and I found one, and I said, it's at the price point that I would like it to be, and it's in the condition that I want it to be in. So I chose that one. Like I said, the thing was being definite. The point is, I was trying to force this truck to appear. And in the universe, in the laws of nature, you can't force anything. You have to let things flow. I've now been studying Taoism, and Taoism is essentially letting things flow. You can't force anything. So I practiced that for that situation, because I was getting anxiety. It was really messing with my mind trying to find this truck, and I couldn't find it at the price point I wanted. I couldn't find that perfect truck. My point is to not force anything. We have to go with the flow. We have to accept all outcomes that come with our decisions. I also want to speak about, I was trying to register the truck. Me and the seller made an error when it came to signing the title. We signed in the wrong area of the title. So I was trying to figure out how I'm going to get this title signed without driving 3 hours in a different state. So we did it. We made a way. And I had developed so much anxiety when it came to doing what we had done, that I was trying to make peace with what I had done. I had to make acceptance, because if I didn't, I was going to continue to have anxiety, and it was going to get worse, and I was not going to be at peace. So I had to accept what had been done, and however it was going to play out, it was going to play out. I had to just be at peace with that, because if I hadn't, I was going to go crazy. So the thing is, I want to read this excerpt from chapter 1 of the Tao Te Ching. It says, therefore, the governing of the saint is to empty one's mind, substantiates one's virtue, weakens one's worldly ambition, and strengthens one's essence. So when it comes to peace, we have to become desireless. We have to clear the mind so we can be present at all times. And I brought up the truck because it's a worldly desire, right? Even though it matches my vision, it matches the way I envision me living my life. On a day-to-day, I had become so enamored with this faction of the vision that I've lost my footing when it came to the vision, right? I've become so enamored with this faction of it that I've cluttered my mind. My mind isn't as clear anymore, because I've become addicted to this worldly desire. So I say that to say, we can't be attached to anything 100% on this plane. I said that in the last video. When it comes to when it came to women, when I was a little bit younger, and as I'm maturing, I'm coming into the realization that you can't be attached to man or woman. Like, we can like a person so much that we ignore red flags and that sort of thing. I said that in the last video, but we can't. I was attaching myself to these women, and guess what? It was hurting me in the process. I was sacrificing my energy and my time being so focused on these women. So I say that to say we really have to lock in on our purpose, but not too locked in that we sacrifice something else. I'm not gonna say that. Also, I want to touch on forgiving. We have to, it's not good to hold on to grudges. It's not good to hold on to things that happened in the past, but we must not forget, because that lesson may come up again. Life is a test, and life is going to keep testing us until we understand the lesson and we can apply it to the situations to come. So we never want to hold on to anything. We never want to hold on to, when it comes to our purpose, things might not go the way we want it to go. So we can't hold on. We can't try to force our purpose, because guess what? That clears the mind. You're not clear anymore. You're not glowing with the flow. You can't become so attached to our purpose, because one thing not our purpose, but what our vision, how we envision ourselves. We can't be so attached to the ideal. My desire is to live off grid, but some things may happen where I may not be able to do that. And I have to accept that may not happen. Everything won't happen the way we want it to happen. So acceptance is very important. And forgiveness is very important, but we must not forget. We must not forget, because life is going to test us always, and we have to go back to a lesson to remind us on how we should move in the present day. I also clarify by saying Taoism is not about not taking action at all. It's just making your action become effortless. Like I said, it's not about forcing anything, but you do have to do something in order for you to be in a flow at all, right? So when it comes to your purpose, you have to make action every day. Don't make that such a priority that it's matching with your mental health. Don't, because you can be wanting to do a certain thing so bad, but don't want to do it. And guess what? You do it, and sometimes it still may not fulfill you. It's still, yes, you have to do hard things, but forcing anything, it's doing more detrimental than good. It's doing more harm than good. So I want you guys to practice going with the flow of things, accepting all decisions you've made, accepting the consequences with the decisions you're making or will make in the future. Because once you practice acceptance, whenever things get tough and you gotta really go against the grain, you can really forgive yourself, and you won't be in a depression because of what you've done. We have to practice. I have to practice acceptance. I have to practice being in the present. I have to practice being in my true essence, as the Tao Te Ching says. So really lock in, guys. Really practice being in the moment. Really take in, really experience life. Don't focus so much on what you've done in the past. Don't focus on the decisions that you had to make that you really regret. You have to practice being in the moment, because that's where your true essence is. That's where true fulfillment is. When you're living the way you want to live and you're feeling good about how you're living. Accept whatever life has to throw at you. Make great decisions. Be happy with those decisions. And continue to be you. Don't force anything. I'm out of here. Peace.